The John Michael Letz Award was established in December 1994 for the purpose of recognizing an individual whose unselfish efforts and contributions are directly responsible for the success of the law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics Missouri. It is our Unsung Hero Award. The Torch Run Committee elected to name this award after Mike because of his longtime efforts while serving on the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department and who died from cancer in 1995. The St. Louis Trivia Night fundraiser was his creation, and it continues still today.
John Michael Letz was my friend. And John Michael Letz is the first guy who said, you know what we ought to do? We should fundraise. We need to do the Trivia Night. He's the one who taught us to raise money. He taught us that this was going to be a year-round endeavor, not just 1 month a year. We were going to fundraise all year round so that we could raise the amount of money that we do. Now, we don't even have to talk about fundraising around the calendar. What we talk about is what we're going to do next. And it's all the growth from all the good people that have been involved in law enforcement and the torch run. And we're blessed to have everybody.
About this year's recipient. Has been involved in the torch run for 13 years. Is involved in fundraising in both local and statewide fundraising events. Since becoming the agency coordinator for their department in 2009, the agency has raised $173,915. Just incredible. Has volunteered to hand out medals at both local and state events. Serves on the local Polar Plunge Committee and has been instrumental in growing this event to where it is today. Attends the International LETR Conference whenever possible and brings back new ideas to implement at their agency. Serves on the LETR Committee as the Assistant Region Coordinator for their region. Serves on the crew at all state events, doing whatever is needed to ensure everything goes well for the athletes. Has shared their passion for SOMO with their family, including their son who volunteers and serves as a unified partner for the local team in their city. In the words of his nominator, this nominee generously gives his time and takes great pride in the events he organizes and has a strong dedication to the mission of SOMO. This nominee recently stepped out of his comfort zone and represented Missouri in the final leg for the World Summer Games. It is my honor and privilege to present this award to a person who has made a big difference to his agency, his region, the LETR family, and SOMO's athletes. The 2019 Letz Unsung Hero Award goes to Mark Priebe, Springfield Police Department.
We unfortunately could not have Mark today. He has a family emergency. So if you'll keep Mark and his family in your prayers, that would be appreciated. His chief knows Mark's commitment, dedication, and what he's done. And he almost couldn't make it today, but he realized how important this was. So we appreciate that. Representing Mark today as his chief, Paul Williams, has always been an LETR supporter and took time out of his day to come and recognize Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you. When Crystal called me the other day, said we've never had this happen before. A, our recipient found out ahead of time. There's a little story to go with that. And B, he can't be here. So do you know if anyone would be willing to come and accept on his behalf? And I couldn't be more honored to be here today. So I contacted Mark yesterday, explained what I was going to do. He was appreciative, and I said, if you have any remarks, I'd be happy to deliver them for you. I can just ad-lib something. He immediately emailed me some remarks. So I'm going to read word for word what Mark sent me late yesterday afternoon. Hello, friends, my brothers and sisters in blue, and of course our awesome SOMO athletes who are with us today. I wish I could be there with you to celebrate the 2019 Torch Run year and kick off our 2020 season, but due to some health issues within my family, I just can't be. I guess this is one way to accept an award you weren't supposed to know about until it was announced. Oh well, Either in person or by message, I'm not the best speaker. I don't always express things in the best way, so I'll try to make this short to spare all of you. I appreciate Chief Paul Williams for standing in for me, and Jeff Fugit, who is also willing to take my place. It means a lot that both men would do that for me. I know Chief Williams made the trip last minute, so Jeff got lucky, I guess, because we all know how much he hates to talk in front of people and do interviews. You should have seen his face when we talked about this, and he thought he was going to have to talk on my behalf. I don't think he was very happy with me, but Jeff, yo, Chief Williams, big time. I'm honored by this recognition, but in all honesty, do not feel like I deserve it. I read over the criteria a recipient of the John Michael Letz Award is supposed to have, and honestly thought, why am I even nominated for this? Sure, I've been involved with law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics for a long time, but not as long as some others. Sure, I've helped raise some money and participate in events, but not necessarily more than others. Then I saw the words like visionary and significant and really thought, I should not be getting this award. But I'm absolutely proud to join the long list of John Michael Letz Award recipients. Some I know, some I do not, but as I get closer to the end of my law enforcement career, this will be something I can truly say I'm proud to have been recognized for, and so honored to be included with the other great recipients. I had plenty of time to think back over my years of being involved with LETR and SOMO while I typed this in my wife's hospital room. I changed my words in some sentences numerous times, but no matter what I changed, when I kept thinking back through my years in law enforcement, there was only one thing that truly stood out to me as one of the most positive aspects of my career. The LETR and SOMO was the one thing I can truly say I kept coming back to. Yes, LETR and SOMO are technically two organizations, but if you look at how things are done here in Missouri between LETR and SOMO, we do it different than other states. We truly are one organization, and I believe that is why we can do the things we do each and every year. The LETR, and more importantly our SOMO athletes, have helped me to continue doing what I do each year. Our athletes, no matter if they are SOMO athletes in my area of the state or from other areas, are the ones who drive all of us to keep doing what we do. No matter how frustrated we may get when we try to find new sponsors to raise more money and get shot down or come up short, the athletes remain positive and, more importantly, appreciative of what we as law enforcement and members of the LETR do to help them year-round. The athletes, my fellow LETR and SOMO folks, are some of the most positive parts of my 20-plus years as a law enforcement officer. They are and will be one of my lasting memories. Lastly, I want to publicly say thank you to my family for their support of me, my involvement with the LETR, and their involvement with LETR and SOMO. Without them, I could not be doing and continue doing what we do for our athletes. Thank you to my wife, Heather, my son, Connor, my daughter, Chloe. I love you guys. There are a few other people I want to mention because without them, I don't know that I could have continued being involved. Chief Williams, your support of LETR, more importantly me and those at the Springfield Police Department who help with our events. You have never questioned our involvement and have always supported whatever we do. You aren't the type of chief who just approves requests to do fundraising events or go to the LETR and SOMO events. You also get involved in them and promote them. I cannot ask for a better person to be my chief. Also my friends, my brother and sisters in law enforcement, LETR, Jeff Fugit, Crystal Schuster, and Zim Schwartz. I love you guys. I'm so thankful for each of you. I wouldn't want anyone else beside me as we work hard for Special Olympics Missouri athletes. Thank you all again, and thank you for this honor today. Stay safe.
Well, to Mark, you know, his words that Chief Williams spoke is truly he doesn't feel like he deserves this award, but he is one of the guys that truly deserves it. He works his tail off to make sure that things run correctly there. You know, Mark is he's listed as the assistant region coordinator, but he's truly not. Mark and me work side by side together, and Mark is the brains behind the operation. He is the one who keeps things going in Region 3 and makes sure everything is done, and I could not do this job without him. He's truly a brother to me and one of my best friends in the whole world.
He took over as our department coordinator right when I took the chief's job, so I've never known anybody but Mark be our department coordinator. I can say the program, I was a supporter when I got here, but he's helped increase our participation, our involvement. not just in the Springfield Police Department, but within our whole region, bringing other agencies in, getting other people involved. He involves his family, his wife Heather, his son Connor, and his daughter Chloe. Connor's been plunging with us for the last couple of years. He's involved in a unified team. I don't see Mark without Heather at these events, so it really is a family affair. So when you talk about someone who is involved and engaged and believes in the mission, but then thoroughly it wraps themselves around that throughout the year and not just one or two events, I just couldn't be more proud. I think the recognition was long overdue, to be honest with you, and I'm glad Mark received the recognition from the entire SOMA organization as this year's Letz Award winner.